Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, returned to her Montecito mansion after experiencing what can only be described as a PR disaster at the prestigious G9 summit in the Hamptons. The summit, expected to serve as a grand launchpad for her much-anticipated lifestyle brand American Riviera Orchard, instead crumbled under the weight of its shortcomings, leaving Markle visibly upset and facing what many insiders believe to be a severe setback to her entrepreneurial dreams. The high stakes and the deep fall. The G9 summit, renowned for attracting some of the world's most influential business leaders, celebrities, and investors, was meant to mark a triumphant moment for Markle. Her brand, American Riviera Orchard, had been heavily teased across social media earlier this year, creating high expectations and sparking comparisons to other major lifestyle ventures such as Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop. Markle reportedly poured considerable resources into this launch, seeing it as an opportunity to establish herself as a modern entrepreneur and a force to be reckoned with in the competitive lifestyle industry. But what followed was anything but triumphant. Sources from within the event describe the atmosphere as awkward and uncomfortable, as Markle's presentation was met with thinly veiled skepticism and audible whispers of doubt. She struggled to articulate what her brand really stood for, said one industry insider who attended the event. Several attendees, including prominent investors and fellow business moguls like Reese Witherspoon and Gwyneth Paltrow, were reportedly unimpressed with Markle's presentation. One witness claimed, "It was clear she didn't have a solid business plan. She had buzzwords, she had an idea, but there was nothing concrete." As questions from the audience turned increasingly probing, Markle appeared visibly flustered, defensive, and ultimately unable to deliver the poise and vision expected of a serious entrepreneur. An industry misstep. The G9 summit is not just an opportunity to showcase a brand, it's a rare platform to gain the trust and financial backing of industry leaders. Sponsorships, networking, and mentorship opportunities are the heart of this prestigious gathering, and Markle's inability to secure even a single sponsor has raised serious concerns about the future of American Riviera Orchard. Insiders suggest that Markle's lack of focus and direction was her undoing. Instead of presenting a clear, marketable concept for American Riviera Orchard, Markle reportedly relied heavily on her celebrity status, assuming it alone would carry the day. "The market has evolved," explained a business analyst. "Celebrity isn't enough. Investors want clear strategies, data, and proof of concept. Meghan didn't deliver that." Adding fuel to the fire, Markle's alleged reputation for being difficult to work with may have further deterred potential sponsors. Several industry voices have spoken, albeit anonymously, about Markle's tendency to overstep boundaries, exhibit unrealistic demands, and appear unprepared. "It's hard to rally behind someone when they bring so much drama," one source said bluntly. The weight of expectations. Markle's lifestyle brand launch was always going to be scrutinized through a harsh lens. Her history with the British royal family, the controversies surrounding her and Prince Harry's exit from royal duties, and the couple's subsequent struggle to carve out a unique identity in the United States have all added significant pressure. Yet, for Markle, the stakes are even higher. Reports indicate that she has heavily invested financially into American Riviera Orchard. While precise figures remain undisclosed, insiders claim that Markle's initial costs, branding, marketing, and securing limited product runs, were far from modest. With her failure to attract sponsorship at the G9 summit, questions loom about how sustainable her brand will be without external funding. The fallout. What went wrong? Industry experts have cited several key factors behind Markle's failed debut. Lack of business strategy. Without a clear value proposition or unique selling point, American Riviera Orchard failed to resonate with investors. Ill-defined target market. Was the brand luxury-focused or accessible? Was it aimed at health-conscious consumers or simply lifestyle enthusiasts? Markle's presentation reportedly offered no clear answers. Reputation issues. Markle's struggles to maintain professional relationships and her penchant for courting controversy have made her a polarizing figure, deterring potential backers. The PR misstep. The event itself, which should have been a celebration, turned into a public misfire. Markle's visible frustration on stage only compounded the perception of a chaotic, unprepared launch. Back to Montecito, a retreat or a regroup. After what some are calling the most significant professional setback of her career, Markle was seen returning to her Montecito mansion, visibly upset. Sources close to the Duchess report that she is deeply disappointed by the G9 summit outcome and is now reconsidering her strategy moving forward. But the path ahead won't be easy. With the launch of American Riviera Orchard now tarnished, Markle faces a significant uphill climb to rebuild the brand's credibility. Investors, sponsors, and even her remaining fanbase may demand proof that Markle possesses the business acumen and perseverance to lead a successful enterprise. For the Duchess of Sussex, who has spent years branding herself as a modern, independent entrepreneur, this failure has raised uncomfortable questions. Can Markle recover from this disaster? Can American Riviera Orchard be saved? Or will this summit mark the premature end of her ambitions as a lifestyle mogul? What's next? The public, meanwhile, remains on edge. Markle's next steps will be pivotal. Will she attempt to relaunch her brand with a refined strategy, perhaps seeking mentorship from experienced business leaders? Or will she quietly abandon American Riviera Orchard, marking yet another unrealized ambition in her post-royal life? For now, Markle remains silent, retreating to the privacy of her Montecito mansion. But silence, as always, is temporary. The world is watching, waiting for her next move, and more importantly, waiting to see if Markle can prove her critics wrong. The failure at the G9 summit was, without question, a significant blow. Yet, it is also a defining moment. For Meghan Markle, the real question is not whether she can succeed, but whether she has the resilience and strategic foresight to learn from her mistakes and chart a new course. American Riviera Orchard remains a brand in limbo, its future uncertain. What Meghan Markle does next will determine whether this is simply an early stumble or the end of her entrepreneurial ambitions altogether. Stay tuned.